We are doing the mailbag segment. If you got questions, I may have some answers. You put hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever in the comment section, and we will get after it for you. It's real easy. Question equals answer, and I will put it up, and we will get and have fun right now. So let's go ahead and open it up to the first questions. Well, he'll do a statement here. He says, I have the Lions beating everyone except for the Bills. The game is 50-50, so he's got the Lions going to the Super Bowl, losing to the Buffalo Bills. Look, it's that Bills could absolutely make it to the Super Bowl, and they already beat us. But I think if we were to face them again, there would definitely be, I don't know if we would actually get a stop here and there. I think the Lions would be a little bit better at that time defensively. Robert Bruce, the Bears are not a good choice. Team president Kevin Warren doesn't sound interested in giving up head coaching power personnel. His press conference yesterday as a disaster. Stay away, Ben. Yeah, I agree. That's why I have Ben Johnson not going in that direction because of that. And it makes sense to me if they wanted to go into a different direction for Ben Johnson because he would like to have personnel power. In my opinion, at least some sort of sense of that. Why leave? Why would he go to a bad situation? He's been holding out for a while now, right? He's been doing this for a while, so I don't think he is going to leave. Just living my Jeff life says, I'm more worried about the Bills and Eagles. So that is the teams worried about in the playoffs. Bills will obviously be the Super Bowl. Eagles would be the NFC Championship game. Eagles are a good football team. 100% Saquon Barkley would be the guy we'd have to really contain. I think the Lions could do a good job stopping the run. He's a magnificent running back. We've seen what we did against the New York Giants a couple years ago against Saquon Barkley, and we did a phenomenal job there. So I think they can do it again, but yeah, they're the biggest in the NFC for sure. So in the comments right now, what team are you more worried about? I honestly think the Lions will beat everybody in the NFC, but there are better teams and worse teams. Let's see. Let's get to the next one. Says, Mike, your show is always NFL quality, top shelf, go Lions. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. From James Janella, hashtag Lions. How big was Anzalone's return? Anzalone's return was massive, James. And I talked about it all week. I talked about since we lost him. Just hold on. Anzalone's coming back. He is a guy that knows this defense in and out. He can help where everyone's going. And having another linebacker that's not just allowing the middle of the field to be exposed is vital. And he tackles so good. It's massive to have him back. Is McNeil back or is he done? No, he's done for the season. We may not see him till halfway through next season. He's done for a long time. We're not going to see him for a while. Robert the Bruce, hashtag unpopular question. Given Sonic's performance in the last two games, is it worth the risk to use Knuckles in the divisional round? Well, I want him to win this year. This is a team building built in term. If he's 100% to go, then he goes. If he's not 100%, there's no reason to do it. And the Lions will not push somebody. They will not do it. If he is not ready, he won't play. If he is ready, he will play. That is 100% what will happen. From my guy, 9 Drinks, will Ben Johnson turn all interviews? No, he didn't. He's got interviews this weekend. He's got 4 this weekend. So this is the interviews are all virtual interviews. He didn't turn anything down. Well, not in person yet. He's doing the virtual right now. But remember, virtual, maybe he wants to get a feel, too, of what the teams are thinking about. So just because he's doing a virtual interview doesn't mean he's trying to get the job. Remember, he's probably feeling out these guys because as the reports are, and I do agree that maybe he'd want a little bit of control under personnel. And that's different. Do you think Hutch is going to surprise us and come back before the Super Bowl? I was thinking before Dan Campbell spoke, I'm less likely now. I don't know if they're, he seems like it's not going to happen, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve. So I'm less likely to believe it now. The Jay Glazer reports that came out, looks like, but again, when it comes to injuries, there's setbacks and stuff. You never know. People heal differently, so it's just one of those things. So I'm saying less likely. Hashtag FGB, what draft picks do we have for in the upcoming draft? Let me note the exact amount here. Man, it's been a while since I've asked a draft question. Great question. I haven't asked it in a minute. I was actually going to get into the mock drafts here. Detroit Lions draft picks relatively in the next couple weeks. Let's see. What picks do we have? No, last year's picks. 2020 updated. Here we go. Let's see. First round pick, second round pick, fourth round pick, fifth round pick, sixth round pick, seventh round pick, seventh round pick. And when you lose a, let's see, what is it? Draft picks. So we have a lot of draft picks, and you get two third-round compensatory draft picks. Under the rule, if a team has a minority coach or an executive hired away to become another team's head coach or general manager, that team has developed that coach or executive, and it gets two third-round compensatory draft picks. So I don't know if it would be this year you get one or if it would be the next year you get one. Forgot how it works. Should Dan Campbell get Coach of the Year? Absolutely. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, he should get Coach of the Year. That shouldn't even be a question. If he doesn't get it, it's a travesty. It is a absolute fundamental travesty if he doesn't get it. Quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time, the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets to sport events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. Their lowest price is guaranteed. That's the Game Time guarantee. Going to a game is much better than sitting on the couch. The Lions are hosting in the divisional round in about a week and a half. We don't know who we're going to face, but you can find tickets on Game Time. Our friends from Game Time has a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks, and what it does, it filters out all the fluff to give you the best deals on seats, so you're not spending hours looking for better deals on tickets for better seat prices. Now, how do you find Game Time? Well, you get Game Time app. You go to the Game Time app. You look at the venue that you want to go to. Now, it's going to be in a 3D view. You select the Game Time Picks button on top of the screen, and it automatically does the research for you. It filters out all the tickets in the database to give you the best deals and the best seats, so you don't spend hours in a bunch of different ticket sites trying to find the best deals. Also, you can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. In the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and move phone left to right. You can see this around an area kind of like a 3D live photo. Also, all pricing is right there for you. There's no hidden fees at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Want a quick deal? Plug in Chat Sports, and you're going to get $20 off your very first purchase. Again, go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports. You're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms to apply. Got to create account. Got to have an email to save that money. The link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. So if you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure you're using Game Time. Download Game Time today at last-minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. Let's go ahead and jump back into the QA. If I missed your question, repost it in the comments. It's because I missed it, and that is no big of a deal. Michelle Wallace says, did you hear anything about Chris Spielman? Just got on, so I don't know if you've talked about it. Yes, I did. Chris Spielman's interviewing for the general manager job of the New York Jets. That's a big deal. We'll see if he takes that job. Also, just right here, Hank Fraley and Chris Spielman possibly gone because Hank Fraley is interviewing for the OC job of the Seattle Seahawks. We got a statement from Robert the Bruce. I am now of the opinion of having looked into Goff's final stats and that he is deserving of the MVP. I had previously believed that Allen was a lock, but now believing that Goff deserves it more. Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson, they're going to be in there. And, of course, like you said, Allen's going to be in there as well. Say, hey, Mike, have you made your reservations for New Orleans yet? Robert, not yet. But I'm actually going to the huge show after this to ESPN Radio, and I guarantee you we're going to talk about it before we go on air. So today I'm going to be on The Huge Show, 96.1 FM. That is, at least in my area, if you can't find iHeartRadio, The Huge Show. Check it out. Talking Detroit Lions. Let's see, who do you think replaces Ben Johnson if he goes, and same with Aaron Glenn? Jeez. I mean, they could go to Tanner for the OC. It's possible, right? They can go Shep with the DC. Don't really know at this point. They could go in million. It makes sense to go within, but they could go outside the organization. But we did that with Anthony Lynn. We just went within, right, with Ben Johnson. So maybe that's the route they go. That's what I'm thinking. We haven't heard anything. Taylor Alexis Janela, nobody deserves Coach of the Year more than Dan Campbell. 100%. This idea that it's anybody else can kick rocks. You know, they keep saying, yes, it's Aaron Glenn all about these injury updates, and it's Ben Johnson with the offense. Why does nobody – it feels like everybody thinks that Dan Campbell is just an absolute clunkhead guy that just goes for it on fourth down because he's a jock who lifts weights and eats meat all day. He's very smart, and he's a very good motivator, and best believe he's involved in it too. So he better be Coach of the Year. If it's somebody else, I seriously just don't understand at this point the NFL. It's just a stupid league, right? That point when it comes to awards. You know, like Kirby Joseph not even being in the Pro Bowl, even though he's rated number 1 safety in the NFL. Just saying. Teddy Bridgewater could make our next defensive coordinator. He make any defenses look good when he takes the field. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know the exact snap count of Iffeautu Melifonwu, but he's playing safety, so and they put Brian Branch in the nickel, so I'm going to expect a ton. Lisa says, all right, I don't want to hear about any of our Lions people leaving. Yeah, Lisa, I know you're not going to want to hear it. You better put your fingers in your ears because we're probably going to lose some this year. We're not going to get lucky and sat pat this year. There's too many teams that are looking for talented. I know I 100% believe that Aaron Glenn's gone. Why would anybody want the Jets job with Aaron Rodgers and never knowing he's coming back or not? You know, that's why Chris Spielman's interviewing for that job, man. Like, if they get a Chris Spielman or somebody else, they're going to say we don't want him or, you know, we can't work with him. Jets are dysfunctional. Everybody knows that. Keep talking with those questions in the comment section. 20 touchdowns for Gibbs, Offensive Player of the Year material. James Janela. That's correct. That is correct. We'll lock him in the Super Bowl win. Yeah, who needs players in the Pro Bowl when you are in the Super Bowl? I don't want to see one player in the Pro Bowl. I want the Super Bowl. Especially O'Connell of the people. I mean, he had a good season, but 2 of 3 losses are to Dan Campbell, so anyone other than Dan makes absolutely 0 sense. I agree with you, Josh Jackson. 100%.